Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we're going to be talking about what if Luke found the Wayfinder. If you guys want to see daily Star Wars videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So guys, I feel great now. Yesterday I lost my voice and was not able to make a video, but now I feel awesome. I don't feel sick anymore, so we should get back to daily videos now without any hiccups. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So what would happen if Luke actually found the Wayfinder on his journeys before, the events of the sequel trilogy? And this is something that I was reading. I was on Reddit or Twitter, I can't remember which one, and someone would just propose the idea. They're like, what would happen if he actually did come across it? So I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to make a quick video here and get your guys' thoughts as well. So we know during Luke Skywalker's early travels with Ben Solo, when he was creating the new Jedi Temple, that he was going after artifacts and relics and texts of the old Jedi, basically just anything old that he could get his hands on to help him, create his new temple, create his new Jedi Order, and, have all the teachings, all the relics, everything of the past. That way he can, implement that into his new Jedi Order. So what would happen if he actually came across the Wayfinder? But the real question I want to ask here is, why is he looking for the Wayfinder in the first place? And how does he actually know about it, right? So if he knows about the Wayfinder, he knows that it has to have some sort of connection to the Sith, but does he actually know that it leads to Exegol and leads to Palpatine? And if he does know that, that just kind of ruins the entire sequel trilogy, because Luke knows about Palpatine at that point. Why doesn't he just, hunt him down, tell the entire universe, oh hey, Palpatine's actually still alive? So it doesn't make sense if he actually knows the Wayfinder leads to Exegol and to Palpatine. Now maybe if it leads to Exegol in general and doesn't really know what's there, that can make sense, but why doesn't he tell other people, and why isn't it explored more? I'd like to see more information on, why Luke is actually looking for the Wayfinder in the first place. Now we know the Wayfinder is in two places. It's at Vader's castle or at the Death Star, and I feel like either of these places would be fairly easy to find for Luke. I mean, he had so many texts written down in the books that Rey, read to go and try and find one. He has so much information on it, but he can't just go to his father's castle or the place that, he defeated, or that Sidious and Vader both died and that they were defeated. It doesn't make too much sense. I feel like it'd be rather easy to go and look in those two significant places in the Star Wars universe. So much happened at those two locations that I feel like it's a given that one of them might be there if he has all this information already. Now we don't necessarily know what he has. We don't, we're not able to read the text. Only Rey is reading the books, and then she goes on and is able to find them. So I'm just surprised that Luke was not able to do so. And of course, that's their whole story for the Rise of Skywalker, so they kind of needed that. But what would happen if Luke actually did find a Wayfinder? So we have to remember that this would be about 20 years before the events of the sequel trilogy. So just for, timeline's sake, let's say Ben Solo is about 10 years old and Rey's not even born yet. So the events that are gonna, play out here are kind of weird when you think about it, because we know that Palpatine is trying to clone himself at this point. He made a clone that eventually, became his son, and he tried to put his soul into his son. It didn't work. His son, had Rey. So at this point, Rey's not born. He's either, trying to, create clones for himself, trying to put his essence into this, son, this clone body that he made, or he's still, in a decrepit body at this point. So either way, Palpatine is still alive, but he's still trying to get different clones to, put his soul into. That way he doesn't have to be in this decrepit body. So if Luke does get a Wayfinder and he goes to Exegol, what happens then? Is Luke able to, is he able to defeat Palpatine in this state? And I feel like this is something that is conflicting within me, because I feel like Luke would easily be able to defeat Palpatine in this state, but Rey also is able to do it. So now you're kind of comparing Rey and Luke, and you shouldn't do that, because Luke obviously is way more powerful than Rey, but Rey also did have the powers of the Force Ghost, or however that whole scene worked out. Do I think Luke would be able to defeat Palpatine? Yes, I do. He probably would still try and use Force Drain on him. He have a plethora of other abilities that he could use to survive. So, there is that option of, okay, well, Palpatine very well could survive, but I think Luke is powerful enough and knowledgeable enough in the Force to be able to combat Palpatine, at least for a little while. I don't think we would, again, be able to see a lightsaber battle because he is so decrepit. But if he does use Force Drain on him and take a little bit of his life and regenerate himself, maybe that would be the case. But another question, and there's so many videos I want to make on topics that I discuss in this video, and that is like, if Palpatine could use Force Drain on, you know, Luke, or on Kylo and Rey. Now I get they're the Force dyad and they have so much power, but why couldn't he just go around like sucking energy out of other people enough to give him that power? So that's just something I was thinking about. I wonder if Luke's power would be enough. The Skywalker bloodline is so powerful and so strong. I'm pretty sure it would be enough to regenerate his body depending on, you know, how much he took. So we don't really know what would happen, but I do think Luke would be able to defeat Palpatine in his current state. Now obviously if he was, you know, fully regenerated, that could be a different story depending on how powerful Luke is in the Disney timeline. Now in the EU timeline, yeah, it would be an amazing battle, and we've seen it before, so it would be very interesting to see what would happen if he did find the Wayfinder. And I think it's, when you look at the whole story of the sequel trilogy, you can just pick so many bits and pieces out. Like, okay, well, it should have been pretty easy for Luke to find the Wayfinder, but Rey's able to do it with his teachings. Why couldn't, or with his texts and his knowledge of what he found, why couldn't he do it? So I don't know. I just don't really like how the story ended up going. There's just so much bits and pieces that you can pick out and analyze and, you know, realize that something's wrong here. And maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Maybe we should just love Star Wars for what it is. But then again, if we did that, we'd kind of just be mindless drones, you know, buying whatever Disney puts out. And I don't think we should do that either. I think we should enjoy it, but we should also analyze it as well. So let me know what you guys think. What would happen if Palpatine, or if Luke was able to find the Wayfinder and find Palpatine? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments section down below. And tomorrow's video, we will be covering the Rise of Kylo Ren issue number 4 comic book that comes out today. Actually, I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to do it right after this video. And we're going to discuss that. It's the last issue, and hopefully we'll get to learn a little more about Ben and his fall to the dark side, and a little bit more about the Knights of Ren. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I feel great. I don't really feel that sick anymore. Just my throat's a little dry, but other than that, we're great, and we'll go back to daily Star Wars videos. I'm really excited. It's been weird not putting out a video every single day and not being able to like talk to you guys like normal. So we're gonna get back to that, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could hit that thumbs up button for me, and of course if you want to see daily Star Wars videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you for everything. I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.